I'm Sue here again in Sue's Dolbrodmaeth garden today, and it's the 3rd of May 2024. Whoa, I can't believe how quick the time is going, and also everything is growing like really fast now, the weeds included outside in the paths and everything. It's quite wet today, and there's a really weird noise outside which I can't make out where it's coming from or what it is. I'm hoping it's gone now because it's really irritating me. No, it's still there. It sounds like rain, but it's not raining. I don't know. And you can't hear nothing on my polytunnel. It's not raining. It sounds like rain, but it's not raining. I don't know. Maybe it's the sound of something travelling. You know, like sound travels, especially in the valley. But I've never heard it before. It sort of sounds like rain, but it's not. Anyway, it's really confusing my little brain. Anyway, I'm coming to the polytunnel because we're going to do some potting on right now because the weather's really horrible outside again. So I don't know what's going on with the weather. One minute it's like warm and next minute it's freezing, and now it's freezing again this morning, and it's about 20 past 11. And I've come into the polytunnel because we're going to string up the peas again, and we're going to have to do some potting on. Everything's growing. We're going to put in some more radish because we've taken out all the radish that were in here. The ones that I had, well, let me show you up there. These are the radish that were growing down here. So I'm not going to put them back in there because they didn't like it and they all bolted. But the ones that I put over there were much better. So the radish that we got here we go, we're going to pop all these over there. So that's one of the jobs we're going to do today, to get rid of the radish. Everything needs weeding again, including all outside. Yeah, everything's started to grow massively. Look, even these little beds need weeding before I plant into them. This Mizuna I think I'm going to put in here, down here. So we're going to pop this Mizuna in here, but we have to water it first and let that grow on in there. It grows so fast, that Mizuna. Anyway, so we had some really nice salad yesterday that you saw me pick and I took in. Look at this Aquilegia. Yeah, so I want to continue moving the earth onto the beds, like the walled beds today. And I also want to move that Aquilegia that I said I was going to move. We need to move that. I think this celery has bolted, you know, so even though it's taken that long to grow, it doesn't taste very nice. I did taste it the other day and it's quite bitter, so I'm going to have to pull it out. Because actually was last year's that I sowed, but it actually doesn't taste very nice, so I'm actually going to have to pull it out, even though it looks really pretty. Might let some of it go to seed and collect some of the celery seeds. Not the one at the back though, because that's getting this one here. We'll let one of them go to seed and we collect celery seeds off it. Look at the alliums now though. Oh, look at these. Oh, I didn't notice these flowering here. And the alliums. Oh, all getting swamped out by this Mizuna. Oh, look at the Mizuna. It looks so, not one single, look, can you see any insects on the Mizuna? No. There was a few hoverflies, little weeny ones, but I can't see any today. Don't know where they've all gone today. I don't know what happened to the butterfly that was in here. But keep an eye on that stinging nettle there. It's starting to get really big, so we don't want it to get too big. The hydrangea, look at it, it's growing now. Look at all these. Oh, the gladiolus, all the anemones under the table are planted in here. So we're going to leave all those. Those 3 tubs can go outside because they're all going to go in the garden. I was just putting them in there for now. Loads of stuff on the table that needs to be moved on. And we're going to do the 2 tubs. We've even got ground elder growing in here amongst these irises that also are in flower. Our parsnips. I don't know if they're going to give us any parsnips or are they just going to go straight to seed. They do look pretty though, don't they? Even if they don't give us any parsnips, they still make a lovely plant, don't they? And they look a lot like celery, actually. Anyway, we're not worried, we're just going to get on. So we're going to... Oh look, there's a Welsh poppy growing in amongst there. I keep cutting these. So I've decided we'll leave a little patch of them in the back here because I haven't got time to move them all out. So we're just going to... and I've moved loads into the garden. We've still got a load more to move, but I keep cutting them back because they keep spilling over. And the nasturtiums here, we haven't quite got to move those. Oh, again. And I think that this is bolted. This is bolted. That's not, look, it's not really grown into a beetroot. You know why? It's because I'm keeping some of these though, because I do like the leaves in salad, so I'm going to keep some of them, but that has bolted, so we won't be keeping that one. Yeah, no. Not to worry, we grow so much stuff, it doesn't really matter. But this ain't bolts. I mean, it is quite dry in here. It is quite dry. This one's just about holding in there. So we'll have to water this bed again. We have been watering it, but it looks like we're going to have to water it even more now. So, yep. So watering here today. We've got a load more beetroot coming up here. We've got a load more beetroot here. So let's just... I think we're going to harden off these hollyhocks here. Oh no, they're the courgettes. Right, let's try and put them outside because they look like they need to go out at some point. That basil is not survived really. The temperature at night is so cold still. I'm not surprised it's killed over, but the coriander's alright. Our coriander that we've done ourselves from seed is alright, it's here. That's growing alright, look, that's our coriander there. So that's alright. All these tubs, what I put flowers in, are doing alright. Anyway, let's get on because I've got so much stuff to do. This polytunnel's looking like my house, messy. Quite disastrous, our house at the moment. It's quite a mess because Simon's incapacitated, as I keep saying. Why do I keep saying incapacitated? He's laid up. He's laid up. He's still laid up in bed. He still can't move because the gout has moved to his other foot. But I think he's on the mend, so he's on the mend. But we won't be going to a party this weekend, which is sad, but there's nothing I can do about it because I need my man to be fit and well. And he's not at the moment. But never mind, he'll get over it. And we'll move on and we'll carry on with our lives. Anyway, let's take a photo of this. It looks amazing. I'm going to do some potting on first because I really think we need to keep on with the potting on, keep up with it. So we're going to pot on things, whatever comes to hand. There's just so much stuff to pot on now. Hold on. And then we're going to tidy up the polytunnel, I think, first. We're going to tidy up the polytunnel first before we go outside and move the aqualegia out of that bed into the other bed. We're going to do that today. I was going to cut the grass today, but it's too wet, so we can't do that now. And I don't know if I'm going to do any trimming today, but I'm still going to fill up the... oh, I think that's a bit crooked. I'm still going to fill up the bed over the other side with some more just do a couple of more of those, and if we get bored of that, we'll do something else. But there's plenty to do, and there's plenty of work to do indoors. So anyway, let's do this first. Okay. Right. So the first things that need to do, these tansies, and I think there's one larkspur delphinium here. Oh, we might worry about that. We'll just do these tansies. What we might do is just pop these tansies. I'm not sure what they look like. I've never grown these before. I think they're like a daisy. There's not that many of them. That one's a little one there. There's some little ones. No, they're just the bits of root. Right. Okay, so we will pop these ones on. What pot shall we use? They need to be potted on. I might have to put on some of those wallflowers into a big pot, I think. This big pot. Tansies. Right. We haven't got that many pots. We've only got big pots. We'll have to use a bigger pot because we really haven't got that many little pots. We seem to have been using them all. We need to get the flowers in the garden. We've got so many indoors now. Oh wow, look at all them big roots. We don't need all them. Big clump of roots there. A lot of this earth is stuff that didn't germinate. So we're just recycling this. It's not used because obviously the things didn't germinate, so none of the nutrients have gone out of this soil. So we just reuse it all. So we're going to have to put all of these in here. Because we're running out of pots. Might have to transplant some flowers straight into the beds. There's only so many times you can keep potting on, isn't there? And there's only so many pots. One in the middle. That's a strange thing. I don't know how they sort of grow. Sort of bury the stem a bit. Bank holiday weekend this weekend, May Day, May Bank Holiday. So it should be really busy this weekend. See what the weather's like, eh? But we won't be going anywhere. I'll still be carrying on in the garden. Oh, never mind. Right. So that's the tansies. Done already. We're just trying to pop things on as much as possible. Right, and then we're going to have to pop everything outside at some point. We're going to put some of these, well, what have we got here? This is a lot of stuff. Right, these are geranium colorama. There must be a different kind of geranium. That is what it says, and that is the seed packet, but they don't look like the geraniums I'm used to. I don't know. Anyway, we're just going to pop these on. I'm going to put them in this big bucket, and if we don't get round to potting them on, at least they're in a pot. The only trouble is with these big pots, they use a lot of compost. I've only got 2 bags of compost left outside, so I've got to be careful how much compost I use. I've decided now with my trees I'm going to have to leave them till the autumn. So they're going to have to stay in the pots, whatever pots they're in now, because they're all coming to life. And I don't want to disturb any more trees at the moment. So we're going to pop these on. Wow, they're well and truly in there. Yeah, I think they're got a lot of roots. So we'll do them in clumps. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I was organised, these could go straight out now, but I'm not. Right, I don't know, we might have to get another pot. This might be a lot. Oh, I could put some. Oh no, I can't yet. I've got to harden them off first before I can put them in the garden. I was just going to say I could put them in that blue pot that I've got round the front. I can't yet. I've got to harden them off first. I can't just plumb them straight in the garden, because this is how things always die. So you've got to acclimatise them, like pop them on, leave them in the wherever it is they are for a couple of days, then start putting them outside near where the polytunnel is, because it's not windy over here, and then once they're acclimatised, then put them in their place where they're going to stay. But you know, like put them on again, otherwise you kill them, because they get like, well, every time you move them, you're putting them into shock. So I'm learning this, by the way, by learning everything the hard way, because I've moved loads of plants into the garden before now, and they just die because they're not acclimatised and you've moved them too quick. So I've learned that you have to pot them on, then pot them on again maybe, acclimatise them. Right, like these now, we leave them for a couple of days and then we can pop them outside. So that bucket over there with those petunias in, we could pop that outside now because they're acclimatised to the bucket they're in. And then if we need to move them out of there, then we can. So these ones now need acclimatising. I can't seem to talk very well. So we can pop these ones over here. On that room, let's move those tubs. And put these petunias outside. So, as you can see, these are the petunias that we potted on the other day, and they're all starting to grow now. So we're just going to pop them out the front door here. And they should be alright. There's these marigolds that I put out the other day. See, they're growing now. These ones I've put outside the front door and they're alright. And also, I think we will put this one with these petunias and tagetes in. We'll put this outside the front door as well now. In fact, I think we should put all of these, because these things that I done the other week, What are these? Oh, the writing's come on. Linaria. We're going to pop these out there too. So we'll pop them out there. Let them all acclimatise. And there's a whole bunch of other plants out there. So not on your own. And these, to get these in here as well. Because if they can't acclimatise now, then they're never going to acclimatise, because the weather I can't see is going to get any better, even if it's like this all summer. God forbid that we need some warmth, but they've got to acclimatise at some point in time. So now it's now or never. So we're going to do it. What else can we put out? No, we won't put out the cosmos. Them peas are staying in here. I nearly put them out the other day, and then I thought, no, they're actually staying in the polytunnel. We could put all the lupins out over there. I'll put them out the back door. We've got a load more stuff that needs to go in the garden now, outside the back door, so we need to move some of that on. We might put some in the gardens over here, because they're just there, so we could do that. Then we could put this cosmos up on the table there just for a few days, and then put them outside. So we've got sort of like keep things moving. And then I think we're going to put on some of those sweet peas into these tubs today, and then the rest of the sweet peas we're going to have to acclimatise as well, because some of those are going to go on the TP arch outside here, and we've got another arch that we can put up in the garden somewhere for the other sweet peas. So we just keep doing that. But the thing I've learned about this gardening malarkey is to not let your plants go into shock, because when you let your plants go into shock, that's when they die. They don't like it. So anything that you want to plant outside, you need to do it gradually. That's what I've found anyway, whatever you find that works for you. But for me, taking them from this polytunnel that's protected environment with no wind, and you have to water them, and then popping them straight into the garden is a huge shock, and they die. They don't like it, and that's happened time and time again where I've put so, especially around the other garden, in the no dig garden. That's why with the brassicas I have to leave them out for quite a while, let them get bashed around by the wind a bit so they get used to being outside. Anyway, that's enough talking. We've still got 3 lots of those Colorama geraniums. I don't think these are geraniums, you know. I don't think they are. So we're going to have to put them in this pot, because we haven't got another pot. I'll just pop these in here. Oh, we need to pop those courgettes outside as well, because they're not going to like going in the garden. Around the other side, I tell you. But that's where they're going. Because I've got all them beds and I've got to put plants in them, because that was the whole point of it. Can't have everything growing around here protected. Right. Put that in there. Right, so all these ones I've just done, they're going to stay in the polytunnel for a few days now. So I'll put these ones over here. Right, these beetroot that we potted on the other day, we're going to pop them in that bed down there. So we'll pull out a couple of them beetroot and we'll put in these new beetroot. So that's what we're going to do, okay? And I just grow them in clumps basically. These ones are all in clumps, so they push each other apart anyway. So, unless you want really big beetroot, then put them in individually, but I don't. And I eat them mainly for the leaves. Put that there. Put those in there. And the only trouble is with the polytunnel is obviously the temperature fluctuates a lot. So sometimes it can be really, really, really hot, and then other times it can be really, really, really cold. So it fluctuates a lot. So it means that you have to, and watering can become a nightmare in here. But it means that if there's temperatures fluctuating a lot, it means that a lot of things bolt. This is bolted beetroot, it's bolted, and it goes all hard, and you can't really eat it then because it tastes quite bitter. But it looks pretty at the time, never mind. So next thing to do, we've potted on all the whatever we just did. So we've got some little plants here. Oh, that's lobelia, so I don't think any more of this lobelia is going to come to anything, so we're going to pop some of that on. There's only 3 in there, but we're going to have to move them because I just don't think they're going to grow. So we'll just put them in the pot. Get these out of the way. I will put all this stuff back in the garage. It's only at the time being, it's too much effort to keep going to the garage to get pots out and stuff, so I've just left it all in here. And I'm not growing anything where they are anything anyway under the table. Let's just pop these little lobelias on. With a coat here. I'm surprised that these didn't, more of these didn't germinate. Put some fur there, we don't really want the moss, do we? Throw that outside. Right, so that's the trailing lobelia. There's only 3 of those in there, but better than nothing. I'll put them on there. These plants would go outside, wouldn't they? Look at these. Oh, these are all their cuttings. A lot of these on the table. Well, a lot of these cuttings from the hydrangea, some of them didn't take, but some did. I mean, all I did was cut stems and put them in some compost. So it's just hit and miss whether they grow or not. Now I'm really hot. Lots of ferns growing in the polytunnel. Right, so only did grow. This one was growing. I still think it will. I don't think this one's growing. See, that one didn't grow. But out of all of them, a lot of them did. Initially I'd done about 20, I think, and some of them died back, some of them didn't take at all. But a lot of them have. Now this one's growing. This one, I don't think that is a hydrangea, you know. This one, but it needs trimming because the growth is down here. I haven't got my cutters here. I think they're over the other side. Yeah, that one's grown. This one's grown. This one, yeah, I think it was started to grow here at the bottom. And this one. Well, I'm just going to pop these all outside now because they're taking up loads of room on the floor. And they're starting to get under my feet. So we're going to put these out the back door. Right, talking about things growing, I just noticed the brassicas that I put out the back door are really big. Oh my god, they're really big. They've grown so much. Oh my god, I've got to get them in the garden now. It's weird, isn't it? Everything all of a sudden, whoa, comes into blossom, comes into flower, grows. All of a sudden, one minute everything's sort of dormant and sleepy, and the next minute it's bloody big. Anyway, we're going to put on these dahlias now, these dandies. So there's a few here. These teasels didn't really grow, but it looks like there's one. So we will pop the teasel on first, what we think is a teasel. It might not be. Just reusing the compost we just tipped out. Now, I don't know if that is a teasel, but we will see. All right in there. So, it's one of our little stray plants. And these are the dandy dahlias. We'll have to put them into this really sort of crappy pot. That's them 7 dandy dahlias, okay? Put them down here. Put them here. Just keep them the ones that we just did separate to the ones that were here. These zinnias. Nice and hot. Zinnias. How many of those we've got? They look like quite big plants. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's two there. That's a little weeny one. 10. 12, 13, 14, 15 of those. They're quite sturdy. I reckon they grow quite tall, them zinnias. we're going to put them in a big pot in case we don't get round to putting them in the garden. Oh, I just poured that over them. Alright, oh, we've got any compost in here. Just kick that over. Do it on here. I can't do it like that. That's really stupid, Sue. I was trying to put that in there, but I'm just going to pour it everywhere. I can just tell. So if I don't get round to putting it in the garden, at least they'll be in a pot, and we can just put the pot on the garden somewhere if I don't get round to actually putting them in the garden. Because, you know, I'm really wary of over by the patio bit, because obviously they're going to be doing a lot of work over there, and I don't know how much damage they're going to do to my garden. So I'm sort of like, I don't really want to put many plants in at the moment, if you know what I mean. But I do want to have some flowers. So I'm going to put a load of flowers around the front of the house and in the pots, and all the parts of the garden where I know they're not going to be is where I want to like concentrate on this year, which is why I'm not really bothered about that bit of the garden that I haven't done yet, because it doesn't matter at the moment. I did notice there's loads of foxgloves growing on the patio bit. I was going to go and get them all out, because they're only going to get destroyed when they come and sort the patio out. They're all going to get just dug over, you know, like with the earth movers and what have you. So I'm going to go and get them. Try and save as many of the plants as possible that are over there. Just put them somewhere else in the garden. Foxgloves grow wild here, so it doesn't matter where I put them. They're quite really hardy, really hardy. The ones that I picked out the gravel, I destroyed all them, as I told you already. I've still got the 2 buckets outside with the water in them, which I've got to tip out. But I didn't get round to moving them. I just put them in a bucket and then let them die. I didn't mean to, I just didn't get round to seeing to them. I have good intentions. These are really sturdy, these zinnias. I've never grown these before. I'm growing a lot of flowers that I've never grown before this year. And even if they just flourish in the buckets like I just said, it doesn't matter. At least I've potted them on, I've given them a chance to live. And we can collect seeds from a lot of them, as long as they're not F1s. There. There you go. So that's all the zinnias. So we'll just pop them down there with those. Next. Right, so what else can we move on? Right, we've got antirrhinums. These look like they could do with moving on. So these are the whatever's, those Hyoscillum. Yeah, like a chrysanthemum dried flower. I tried growing these last year, but they didn't grow. I think it's because I tried growing them straight into the bed inside the polytunnel, and they need that bit of warmth inside, like a seed tray or something first. Yeah, I'm learning. Still learning. Wow, there's loads of those. They really likes that pot. This has got a lid. Oh, clumps of these, I think. Wow, there's a lot of these. Wow. That's upside down. A lot of these. Right. Lemons. Where are we going to put them? We're going to have to put them in another big pot. There we go. We're going to have to get some more compost in, I think, from outside. I think every single one of those seeds germinated, you know, that I planted at that time. I hope this is still recording. Might have to stop it a minute. I'll come back in a minute when I've done this part. Moving some stuff around in the polytunnel for the last 10 minutes or so. So I've taken out the celery that I said I was going to, and I've left 2 small ones in, and I've cleared some of the weeds out of that bed. I've also moved I'll just show you what I tidied this bed up here. I've taken out all the stuff out of these 2, and as you can see the celery is in there. So I took out the old celery here because it's gone all horrible and woody, and you can't really eat it like that. So we will sow some more celery seeds, but we're going to leave this one, there's 2 there, to go to seed, to just collect some seeds, or I might pull them out at a later date, depending on how I feel. This Aquilegia is huge, and that shouldn't be in here actually, so when it dies back I'm actually going to dig it out of here, because we're not supposed to have Aquilegia in here. It just randomly grew there, and it is absolutely stunning. It's got the most delicate flowers. Wow. Oh, they're all falling off now. Anyway, these wallflowers here seem to be going over now, so we might need to cut them back a bit soon, because we need this bed to put some flowers in to move things on. We've got our lupins up there. Yeah, we just put some stuff outside. I moved the lettuce to the front here because we need that, because we're actually eating that right now. I've put the radish up there that we're going to be putting in this bed here, so we need to weed that a little bit, and we need to water this bed. We need to put some more string up here. These peas are to go in the middle. We're not ready for those yet. Yeah, our 2 rhubarbs are growing really well. These ones are all right here, all this stuff. But I did just take out all the hydrangeas and put them here, and also I put the Russian tarragon over there, and there's a couple of sage that I've done from seed that I've put here for the minute, so I'm hardening them off. But as you can see, there's not really much growing in these beds, so we need to get some flowers in here. I was thinking of just putting in the foxgloves that I can collect around the other side, because as you can see I have wild flowers growing here everywhere, and I would just like to put all the wild flowers in these beds, because they might not actually mind growing here. Oh, look at this. Oh, isn't that lovely? I have to take a photo of this one. I haven't taken a photo of this one. Yeah, everything's growing over here. The weeds are growing in these buckets. Yeah, these are my watercress that I potted on the other day that I put in here. We need to take these round to the pond. Not today because it's horrible and I'm not doing that today. Yeah, these are we've got a few weeds in there. I need to weed that. We've got another tree here, I'm not sure. I think this is the plum. I know I've got a plum, a cherry, some other one. Look at the hostas in there. Anyway, I better take a photo of that beautiful tree actually blossoming. And yeah, look, can you see the currants on the bushes coming now? See, this is the black currant, and yet it's really not very good. With the black currants are not very good. And they're a lot bigger, the black currants. They're really big, whereas the red currants are a lot smaller. But it's not that good. That's a red currant as well. The aquilegia that we want to dig up is over there. I think there's two in there. I think there's a purple one and a looks like rhubarb and custard colour. It's really spitty, horrible rain today. These are the little tate. Yeah, we're going to dig these up and dry them off because we don't want them now. I just wondered what they were, what the bulbs were, so I just popped them in there. Over here we're going to we need to weed this, look. We need to weed this is bad. Yeah, we need to train this in. So I do have another sort of trellis. I think it's over there by the tractor, and I'm going to drag that round and we're going to makeshift that over here to put this whatever this is, tayberry up. And then we've got this great big gooseberry growing here and the thornless blackberry. It's really cold today, I cannot lie, it is cold. What the hell. So these are, I think these smell to me like blackberry bushes. They really do. Not blackberries, blackcurrant bushes. Anyway, we will see. We won't bother to cover them up. I can't bother to cover them up. This is coming into flower as well. So another cherry tree, I think. Not sure if it's a cherry. The labels have all disappeared. All the leaves look the same and all the flowers look the same on these blossoms. Apart from some are pinky white and some are white. These are all flourishing over here. These are all yeah, can't keep saying it. This needs weeding. Don't really want to work outside today. It's way too cold. I really don't like it. But I did want to get the potatoes. Look at these protected wildflowers in here. And this garlic here. There's plenty of room. We could put our brassicas in here. But I don't think they like it over here, if I can recall. I don't think the brassicas like it anywhere, to tell you the truth. Yeah, we're going to put our potatoes in here. So that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to cover it up with some bedding, like I said. Oh, I need to sort out my compost bins, which are over there, which are still like leaning right over. I reckon they're going to collapse at some point. Look at my hostas. I'm still protecting them because the pheasants love coming round here and pecking round here with the food that falls out of these feeders, and then they tend to peck the hostas, so I'm having to protect them. But they'll stop pecking that one now, so maybe if I uncover those now. I'm a bit worried that they'll start pecking them again. I'll put a bigger piece of fleece on them to protect them, but I will have to cover them at some point. All this lot I just put outside here. Look, I put out all the courgettes and the things that we potted on the other day that are all in here. We've got a little tree growing in that pipe. We need to pop that on. And a tree here that just randomly grew. We don't really want that there. We need to move that. The blueberries, yeah, say nothing about those. Our wild yarrow, white yarrow there. Our little bulb plants there that we potted on. that we're going to put in the garden. We're just letting them grow on a bit, and then we're going to put them in the garden. Yeah, so we've done quite a lot already. So let's shut that door. It's not very warm. So I went and got another bag of compost, and we still got this lot to put on, and we still got all these to put on. But I need to do some weeding by the looks of it. I need to weed. Everything looks like it needs to be weeded. Yeah, I need to shut the doors. It's not that warm, so we need to keep some warmth in the polytunnel. But I'm going to try and do some potting on now. Not potting on, a bit of weeding, because I can just sit down and do that. I really wanted to do work outside today. I think I've left my batteries outside in the rain. I might need to go and put those back in the stable, because I don't think I'm going to be doing any of that trimming today, because the ground's quite wet and we've got this weird weather. And we need to put on those brassicas there. So there's still loads to do. That Mizuna we're going to put in the back there. So we're going to weed that bed and put the radish in, and we're going to put the Mizuna in there. So that's what I'm going to do now before I stop. I brought some milk with me to make a coffee in the caravan. So I might be going to do that first. Garden again, because I was going to open the caravan, but I think I must have left the key indoors. The teasels are massive now. This one's huge. So they are going to be the dominant specimens this year, that's for sure. Anyway, it's a horrible, 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 horrible day. It is cold, windy and rainy, like fine rain, but really horrible. I can't get over how horrible the weather is, and it's the 3rd of May and I can't see any let up of the weather here. The weather is like this. This is it. Look, every day is this. You wake up, open the blinds in the morning, and this is what you get. Every day we get this horrible weather. Really depressing. It's really hard to stay upbeat, because I just want to come outside and do gardening, but I don't like being forced to go indoors and do other jobs that I don't really want to do, that I don't feel like doing. But it looks like I'm going to have to. I can't cut my grass, it's way too wet. I was going to do that today. But look at the brassicas. They're growing really well. They are starting to get a few little holes in a couple, but on the whole they're doing really well. This net is like sitting on this brassica here. Why are you doing that? I need to just pull that net over a bit. I need to just put that stone over a bit that's leaning on that brassica. But look at them, they're doing really well over here. So this is where I wanted to put the rest of the brassicas, you see, because they seem to really thrive in this sort of really muddy soil. I do put a handful of nice compost in with them, but on the whole this is really good soil for the brassicas, I feel. I did have potatoes in these beds for like 3 years running, so they've broken up the soil a lot, but it's still very muddy, this soil. But the brassicas seem to really like it, so... But I've run out of room really. I can't really fit that many more in. I could probably just put a few there. But apart from that, unless we can mix the brassicas in with the onions, we might have to do that. I don't know if brassicas and onions get on, but I don't really care. They're going to have to get on because I need to put them in there. And also, I just noticed at the end of this bed, where the garlic ends, which aren't looking very good, are they? They don't seem to be very happy. We could put brassicas in here as well, which is I think what we're going to do. We might have to check that garlic because it don't look very happy to me. Yeah, I don't know if that likes it over here. But the onions are doing well now. Someone's pulled out an onion again. Look. What's going on? I keep popping them back in and something keeps pushing them out. But they're starting to grow now, the onions in there that I popped in there. So that's good. So even the onions like it over here. Look at this bed here. I was going to weed this, but I'm not doing it today in this weather. God, it's just horrible. Anyway, I was going to do strimming. I'm not strimming today either because it's too wet. And as I said before, I don't like the wind. It's the wind and the rain. And it's fine rain today, but it's continuous. It hasn't stopped yet. And it's this weird fine rain. So we're not doing that. So we're just going to do a bit more work in the polytunnel, clearing out the beds, and then we're going to call it a day outside, and we'll find some stuff to do indoors. There's plenty to do indoors. If you look here, you can see all the stuff that I planted down in this bed. I need to just cut out the brambles at the back. These are all wild flowers that are already in the garden. So you've got some nice foxgloves and some evening primrose. Some aquilegia that grows wild as well. But the only thing I actually planted that I've grown from seed were these daisies, the oxide daisies in here. But the rest of it was already wild. Oh, and even the this stuff. I forgot what it's called now. Oh God. Anyway, it grows here, massive amounts of it. Grows all in the lawns. I forgot what it's called now. But anyway, that's it. I'm going to turn the camera around. Oh no, I might not have finished yet today. I might let you know. Bye. So this is the big one that I cut in 2020, 4 years later, and it's going to flower again. Well, 3 years later, it's going to flower this year. And look at my lady. Why is she so dirty? I mean, why is she this colour? If all the rainwater is supposed to be pure, why is there all this shit all over her? Why is she this colour? What's in the rain? I mean, she wasn't this colour when we put her out here. She was white. Now look at her. I'm going to have to give her a scrub. What's in the rain? That's all I can say. What's in the rain? Anyway, look at that. Oh, this is Solomon's seal, I found out. Not sure if I said this in the previous video, but this thing here that I wondered what it was is called Solomon's seal with these flowers. I love this thing. I think it's a kind of wild plant, but I love it. A lot of my plants in here are wild, but yeah, it's all gone a bit jungly in here, but I don't care. We're not doing this. We've already sorted this bit out. We just need to pick up the stuff I cut. We did do all this. We haven't done this bit here. These are going to flower. I don't know what they are either. Might have to lens those and see what they are. Over here, this is flowering now. This plant here. Oh, this looks interesting. Isn't this a oh God, what's it called? This plant? I know what this is. Riverside or something. Oh, I have to lens this and this one here. Look at that. I didn't cut this one back. See, mustn't cut them back until they flower. But up there, see up there is all up there is where I'm not bothered because they're going to be, I don't know what they're going to be doing for the wall and stuff. I might have to tidy up my terrace because I don't want them to lose that. But at the back there, I'm not sure what plants they're going to be disturbing. But look at this. Let's take some I have been busy in the polytunnel, so what I've done is I've put the Mizuna in this bed like I said I was going to. So I watered it and I put that purple Mizuna in there, look, as you can see. So I put all that in there so that can grow away in there nicely. And all the radishes are in here, so all the radishes that I had growing I've now put in here, so there's quite a lot. We've still got a little gap here that we can put something else in. Not sure what yet, but we will put something else in there. Yeah, so that's that. Not much growing on the table there. I might have to get rid of all them things there. I don't think they're going to grow. I don't think these are going to grow. Oh, potting on the tomatoes is what we need to do. So we've got 3 tomatoes here, and I think we've got some Gardener's Delight on that table. Well, we did have the other day. So we will have a look at that. Yeah, so we don't need that many tomatoes, we just need a few. Yeah, so we've done a lot today. So we've done a lot of potting on, put stuff outside. We've still got a load more potting on to do. Right, these are those kale, so we're going to put them on. All this stuff needs potting on, and luckily I can use some of these sort of bigger containers to put on some of this stuff. What else do we need to do? Yeah, where are the other tomatoes? Yeah, I've got to put them buckets back down in that alleyway, so they're in my way there. Well, it looks like we need to put on, oh, this isn't grown, wild mallow didn't grow, but this is the night scented stock, so that's going to have to be potted on, isn't it? That looks like it needs potting on as well. Pop that there, be potted on as well, and put that on. I don't think this is going to grow. We'll leave it for now. And there's a couple of hollyhocks, a couple of fennel. Yeah, I'll put these all here because I don't think they're going to grow. And we're just going to get rid of those. So some of them are really old seeds, so we're going to get rid of the old seed this year and start again next year with new seed. So we don't get all this sort of... Well, it's not wasted because I've already got the seeds. I've had them for ages. And we've got a lot of tomatoes coming up here. Wow, a lot of gardener's delight. Right, there's quite a few in there, and there's another one of those stray Livingston daisies, those nice frosty looking nice flowers, which are these here. These here, that's what these are, Livingston daisies. And sort of stray seeds here and there. Anyway, so we're going to put all this on, yeah? Might leave these for a couple of days, let them get a bit bigger, but we've got loads of other stuff to do. Anyway, I'm getting a bit of a backache now. I think I've got to go indoors and have a rest. Yeah, I've been out here for quite a long time, a couple of hours I think. I've done a lot of stuff, cleared out that bed, weeded it, weeded that one there. Well, that one didn't need weeding. This one I weeded as I've done it. Next time what we'll do is put the beetroot in here, take out the old beetroot, put in a new beetroot, and then at the back there we're going to have to plant something in the back there, put a nice bit of new compost on it, plant something into the back of that, and the strawberry bed at the end we need to sort out. It's got some sort of old, oh, this needs weeding, look, as well. We need to weed this. What's that plant I put in there? That is a big weed, isn't it? And it looks like we're going to get some flowers on that chive. I cut this one yesterday because I'm still using the chives. So we've got this chive, that one down there. I would like that one to flower actually. I'm sure that's wild garlic, that flower there. Looks like it. Anyway, that's one of them sort of stray bulbs that I've got. And the astabile there is growing really well. We need to get out those stinging nettles at the back. Now this beautiful plant here is growing really nice with the astabile. And then whatever that is, I think it's there. This plant here and here and here. I think these were corms. There were 3 corms in there. And I think that's what these 3 are, which are those lovely pretty flowers there. So that's it. We're not doing any more today. I might come back out, I might not. I'll see how I feel. Depends what mood I am once I get indoors. Anyway, I've got to feed my dog. I haven't fed him yet. It must be past 12 o'clock. Long past 12 o'clock. Anyway, for now. So if I do make another video, I will make a separate video because I think this one was going to be quite long because I was potting on earlier. And I don't want to make the videos too long. So if I do make another video today, I will make it and link it for the next day. My videos are about a week behind anyway, every day. I'm trying to catch up, but it's really hard sometimes. But yeah, we need to check them carrots over there because I think they might be done. So, thank you for watching. Please give me a like and a thumbs up. I hope you enjoying my videos. And how are you getting on in your garden? Simon's feet are getting better. but he's still not able to walk at the moment. He's still in bed. I'm still looking after him, so he's still like, he can't go anywhere, he can't do anything at the moment. So he'll be all right. He'll get over it. It gets better. He's taking some special tablet stuff that he's got offline. So anyway, he'll be all right. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you again soon. Bye for now. Bye.